Today, you got upper body. I'll follow more like an athlete built style workout. Same thing that I've been doing. Athleticism. Try to compete during the athleticism. You know, do something. If I'm doing the upper body, I'll usually do some kind of upper body incorporated power. So I might do like a heavy med ball toss. Then I'll do a heavy strength movement. I usually do, rotate between 4 different patterns, which is pressing, horizontal or overhead vertical. Then I have a bend, which is usually a deadlift. I deadlifted yesterday. And then I do a squat, which is my leg day. And then I do build. The last part of the workout is build. It's like bodybuilding, where basically I'm really loving these trisets that I'm doing, where I basically pick 3 different movements. I start with a more compound movement, go to a more detailed of the actual muscle that I'm trying to work, and then finish with like a finisher where it's a little bit more high volume. And I do basically like 2. So you'll see with my chest, I'll probably pick either 2 trisets, one for just chest and one for more of an incline style. Do a little bit of core. And then I trained Dante. Dante's actually last week. Bo already reported. I don't know if you guys know, you guys got introduced to Bo Bichette. He peaked really well. Dante is last week, which is pretty exciting because he just worked with his scout and his ground ball coach, his defensive coach, and they both were raving about his athleticism. And I'll talk a little bit before we get into training him what I focused on this offseason with those guys, my approach, and then how I was able to see that into fruition and really get them to take a different element to their game this year. Last year, it was my first year working with them, my first offseason, and it was really about building a foundation so that I could really put their body through it this year. Anytime you work with somebody new, I know in my mind I only have 3 months to get this person from A to B. I can't spend the whole 3 months just making sure he's healthy. The time is now. Like, they have to play this season. I want to increase their power output, and I think that's one thing that, a lot of guys spend so much time on restorative methods and prehab methods, and then they lack actually increasing their speed or power or strength. And to me, what shows in the game is the speed and the power, right? And that's really my biggest thing. If I can increase that player's velocity coming off the bat or throwing the ball and he can flick it a lot faster or better, that's ultimately what's going to get him results. That's what gets you paid. Never forget that. A lot of guys say, I want to keep this athlete healthy for the next 10, 15 years. Yeah, cool. Like, I want to keep them healthy, and I'll place time on that, but my emphasis is on speed and power. I'm trying to get you that check, you know what I mean? Well, whatever it is. And if you're not hitting the shit out of the ball, you're not hitting home runs or making contact, I'll let you handle all that. But if I can get you more powerful, if, lesser swing or not getting a hold of the ball all the way and it's still going over because your power output increase, that's exactly what I'm doing it for. And we have to remind ourselves that as strength coaches, We can get caught up in all the hoopla and all that bullshit that everybody else, everybody wants to make it so technical. At the end of the day, you got to be stronger. You got to be more powerful. And that's what I did with them boys.
Just waiting on that moment. Waiting on my moment. Waiting on my moment.
Old dude met mom, it was on. Then he named me over a phone. Prison term, live and learn, sip and serve with my vision blurred. Take this cup of reality, niggas finna earn. When you start from the bottom, you can see the top. So when you get to it, don't let them see the spot. Next thing you know, you're looking for a rent sign. Upper echelon, bitch, we skip line. I remember reminiscing in the kitchen like, I wonder when them Braves gon' win it. I wonder when them Falcons gon' get here. Pyrex vision made more than I ever made with DTP this year.
Tired of living day to day like everything's alright. Every night just one thing on my mind. I'm just waiting on that moment. Waiting on my moment. You say, oh, you got that, oh shit, hell no, next time that's mine. As long cause I stay hustling, I'm gon' shine. And just waiting on that moment. Waiting on my moment. Just waiting on my moment. Bad hoes, I'm showing it. Time came and I owned it, just like Brian Jackson start bowling. When I touched the rock and I cracked the block, when I pulled up in that mustard drop with that roof off and my shoes off for y'all bitch niggas. Roof off, real nigga in my hood who everybody gon' roof off. Cause they see me come from that bottom where everybody get bodied. They told me get him, I got him. Now I'm here, nigga, like yeah, nigga, just Rolls Royce and Bugattis and M4s this year, nigga. If I don't grind, I don't shine. If I don't shine, then I don't eat. If I don't eat, then I'ma starve. And if I'ma starve, I pour heat on all y'all bitch ass niggas. All y'all rich ass niggas.
Really, the way I approached this offseason, like I told you last year was all about like building a foundation, and this year was really about increasing as much power and speed possible. And like anytime I work with guys, like especially with these two guys, like last year I said was my first offseason, I look at a needs analysis and I develop a program for each one of them based off their needs analysis. But as a coach, you constantly have to adapt to that particular athlete. Like for instance, Dante this year, right around Christmas time, he caught a bad, what was it, like a flu?
Something like that, yeah.
Flu, or he got really sick for almost a full month. So he came out the gates this offseason. I mean, in the first month and a half, he was seeing PRs that he's never seen before. Then we had to adapt because during that month, you know, I could tell like we weren't progressing. It wasn't necessarily plateau, it's just his body was run down. So you could calculate and dial in the perfect program in the beginning of off season, but I mean, you ask these guys, sometimes they're wondering like where the hell I'm getting it from, but I constantly have to adjust to apply the stimulus that's best for them that day. And he ended up, you know, rebounding off that and getting really good numbers. And one thing that Dante, you know, he's always had, for a baseball player, there's not too many other baseball players that are stronger than him. Like, for instance, on just a squat and a bench level, he probably benches around 335. I think he did, when we just missed 335, but we calculated that wrong. And then he squatted 455. As a baseball player, that's probably 2% of the baseball players that are actually playing in the major leagues. But one thing about him that I really wanted to focus on was maintain that strength, maybe get a little stronger. But the emphasis this offseason was making him as athletic as possible. That's transferring that power, you know, and basically getting a little bit faster on his first step, because I knew his power was there, but basically transferring that over to if he's stealing a base or if he has to catch a ground ball at third base. And then beyond that, my big focus with them this year was building a very stable torso. So I worked a lot of stabilization in the entire torso and rotational power. They have extremely strong rotational power because, I mean, that's evident the way they hit the ball. They're in the top 1% as far as velocity coming off the bat. But I could see that they didn't reach their ceiling yet, so I really wanted to focus, and they were actually able to get higher in your velocity right off the bat. So that was one thing that was very important to me this offseason with them. I did the same thing with Bo. Bo, you know, I could tell for him, his needs analysis was pure strength. So he was a lot further behind his brother, but Bo he's a pretty good athlete in and of itself. He's not as, but Dante's a little bit bigger, but Bo needed to get a lot stronger, and that's what we focused on. But as far as numbers go, man, I mean, we've talked about this the past couple times, but he increased his 10-yard, he increased his pro shuttle, which they're timing I mean, you report and you time your pro shuttle, right?
Yeah, pretty much right
They
away.
measure their vertical jump. So I mean, if you're a baseball player, you should know what they're measuring at camp. So if they're measuring your 60, if they're measuring your pro shuttle, if they're measuring your vertical, you need to be practicing these things. And that's the edge that he's able to get. You know, not only does it transfer over to the field of him playing and his athleticism, it goes to show when you come in at the end of when you go into last in season, when we report in spring training, and then your numbers constantly get better or consistently get better, they take notice of that. They want to see that you're, you know, performing and you're taking care of your body during the off season, and not only taking care of it, but obviously increasing your performance. And Dante was sharing with me, what were you saying that you were saying the guys were pretty, like, they could notice your athleticism?
Oh yeah, just a couple people that I work with in the off season from back home. sport complementing. So it's like night and day.
Yeah, he's got a lot more athletic. I mean, just to give you a heads up, he came to me with a 4.5 shuttle, a 4.5. This last one that you guys saw in that video recently, he ran a 4.12. That's 0.4 of a second off that pro shuttle. So him as a third base, when he's, you know, he has to have that type of change of direction right there. Not only that on third base, but if you're running bases, you have to have that change of direction, that deceleration and acceleration. He's been able to display that, you know, a lot this past offseason. So we'll get into the workout, but I just wanted to share with you guys basically the approach of what I did with these guys, since I've kind of gotten a lot closer with them and been able to kind of see, you know, your first 3 months in one off season is more or less, hey, let's go in green. I don't know where these guys are at. Develop a needs analysis, but then by that second off season is where you can start to really see the big jumps. And these guys are nowhere near their ceiling, so you'll consistently see for the next couple off seasons them continue to make those huge jumps in their performance. So it's exciting to see them. Good, all the way up. So focusing right here today is more upper body focus. We did lower body yesterday. Like I said, very low volume, high intensity, just trying to keep his body strong this last week, but also trying to actively rest. I have him doing some things as far as resting. As you can see here, we're warming up the body, creating a little bit of stability within the torso and the shoulder region with the peel-off press. Then we're coming over here to a plate press, really just making sure the shoulder stays stable and healthy as he continues to start to throw. So when he basically takes off, they take off for a little bit of time, you know, and like I said, they rest the arm. So now that he's waking it back up, he's breaking down some of that scar tissue in that arm. You know, he's so dialed in, he knows he's got to throw about, you know, 10 balls. It's not all day, it's literally 5 minutes. Even when I threw with him, it's like maybe 5 long throws, maybe 10 total, just to start to break up that scar tissue. So while he's doing that, I want to help him here. Good. Good, take a step out. Good, right there. Right there, stabilize, go. Press, good. Slow it down. Strong. Good, right there. Good. Strong. Good, pull your shoulder blades back. Shoulder blades back. Relax up here, relax. Good. 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 Good, relax, relax here. Good, now go. Good. Good. So when you do this, try to draw your scapula down and back. Down here. Good. Relax here. Up. Good. Fast. Up. Good. Yep. Easy. Up. Put it up. Think speed. Think speed. Let's go. All you. Up. We're going 3 sets of 2. All right, so here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna take it off. Boom, I'm close grip, elbows in tight. We're going 2 pops, pause, 2 seconds. On my go, you're gonna pop 2 more times. Pause, on my go, pop 2 more times. I want the bar moving as fast as you possibly can. As fast as you possibly can. Pause at the top, elbows stay tight, elbows stay tight. Let's go right now. Go. Pause. Go. Go. Good, right. Good, I need you moving that. Yo, you have to actively pull the bar down and push the bar up. I want that deceleration, acceleration, all right, as fast as you possibly can. Really what I'm working on the eccentric is basically as fast as he possibly can. I want him to decelerate and accelerate as fast as he possibly can. So he's not even really coming all the way down his chest. He's not bouncing it off his chest. He's coming down, and through that force and producing that torque from his chest, his triceps, he's able to decelerate and accelerate as fast as he possibly can. Ready. Go. Don't bounce. Don't bounce. Stop it. Fast. Go. Go. You know what time it is here. Shoot from the hip. Boom. Coming out. Max power. Look, it's much lighter than what you usually do. So I want quality reps. We're gonna go 2 on each side, but you're gonna alternate each time. Immediately after that, we're coming over here. Both hands, double overhand. You're coming from here. I want 1 foot facing. This back foot creates a 90 degrees. Boom, and you're yoking it. So I'm rowing, but I'm also rotating as I row. Does that make sense? Good. On here, I want 6 each side. So from basically your titties down, everything is a swing. Focus on loading this hip and driving off the inside of that leg. Hard as you can. Let's go hard. Better. Good. Face it, face the thing. Good, yoke it. Good, you don't have to come too high. Come straight at me. Good. Pull it. Good, full extension, pull it. Good. 6, good. So instead of turning it, right, you're using a little bit of rotation to getting it going, but that rope stays straight line. All right, let's go. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. If you're interested in becoming a better athlete, whether that be sprinting, jumping, strength, or overall looking like an athlete, go ahead and click the box here on my side and make sure that you subscribe to my videos here so I can keep sending them to you. Holler.